Alrighty, y'all. Hello. I hope you're enjoying yourself. It is the weekend after all. Let's enjoy ourselves some more and have some laughs because we're visiting a classic hit on my channel. I started these a couple years ago. Don't do them as often, but basically it revolves around the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you. And we're going to be taking a look at this video compilation, similar to ones we've looked at before, but of course a different episode. It will be linked down below so you can watch the whole thing uninterrupted. And of course, we'll be also looking at the end of some more comments from you, the viewers, on some of my other episodes in the comment section, because these videos are the gift that keeps on giving. Brace yourself, because ignorance and a small dose of stupidity are incoming.
An American has ever said to you?
Oh, I really want to see you. What country are you in right now? Europe? Off to a great start.
So I'm Canadian, and I was working down in California about a decade ago, and we all went out to this bar one night, and I met this guy, and we were talking, and I told him I was Canadian, and he dead-ass looks at me and says, "No, you're not. We look the same." Like, I'm Canadian. I'm still fucking white.
Yes, because apparently a white woman from Canada just doesn't make sense to that guy. I guess she's supposed to look like a grizzly bear or something, or a moose on a sled or something, right? Like, come on.
I thought it was like a South Park
What
kind
are these
of
people
situation.
thinking?
No, friend. Sorry, buddy. Not your guy.
Yeah.
Pal.
So I'm Swiss.
Yeah, I don't think that guy had good luck the rest of that night, unfortunately. He ain't got game.
Luxembourgish, but I went to the States.
Hold on, let's see.
Pal.
So I'm Swiss and Luxembourgish,
Nice,
but
okay.
I went to the States for university, more specifically Los Angeles. So I have so many of these because people are fucking stupid out there. At least every 2 weeks I'd get asked if I spoke Swedish because I was from Switzerland. Classic.
That is a classic. Even me as an American, I could totally see people, especially here, getting Sweden and Switzerland mixed up. Nowhere near each other, but hey, they both start with S and a W, so they must be the same.
Then every now and then I'd just be like, fuck it, I might try and say I'm from Luxembourg. Every time I said I'm from Luxembourg, it would be, so like, where in the UK is that? Where? Oh, no, it's not in the UK. But, okay, where in Germany? Sorry, my bad. Not in Germany. Somewhere else. I don't know where Luxembourg is. Which country is it? It is its own fucking country. I know we're small, but we're important too. Fucking bitch.
So.
All right, that might be the best one. That might be one of the best ones I've ever seen from this series. The imitation of the girl talking to him, it's spot on. I could totally picture it. That sounds accurate, right? Especially like California, right?
Not in Germany. Somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
I don't know where Luxembourg is. Which country is it? It is
The vocal fry, the California thing, airhead girl, yeah.
its own fucking country. I know we're small, but we're important too. You fucking.
Yeah, you cannot, honestly, let's get real. Again, I always have to throw disclaimers on there. I love America. There's a lot of, I love the U.S. Let me say that because I have someone will correct me about the whole America thing. I love the U.S. and there's a lot of awesome people here. There's a lot of culture people. There's a lot of smart people here, blah, blah, blah. There are also, unfortunately, not those people here. Right? It's very insular. The American bubble is real, and unfortunately, that gets to many people big time. And I can tell you, the whole Sweden-Switzerland thing already should be a clue. You are not going to have much luck. If you're from Luxembourg and you come over here and you expect average Americans to know what Luxembourg is, if it's even a country, and where it is, yeah. You're not going to have good luck. I would be pleasantly surprised if you polled 10 people on the street and 2 of them knew that Luxembourg was a country and maybe knew where it was or at least what it was like sort of near on a map, I would be impressed.
So I know I'm American, but I'm going to get in on this one. I was staying at a hotel on the Strip in Vegas, and I was in the little convenience store just trying to buy a Diet Coke. And the couple in front of me that were from Australia were trying to just buy a pack of cigarettes. And after about 5 attempts, I knew the lady behind the register was never going to understand them. So I offered to them, do you want me to translate for you? And they were like, we're speaking English. And I was like, yeah, I know that. You know that. She doesn't know that. So they were like, yeah, fine. And
how embarrassing. Australians are visiting the USA on holiday. They're in a famous place, Las Vegas. And they can't even buy some cigs from the convenience store, man. And they're speaking English. That's the best part. Yeah, their accent's different than ours. They might have some slang in there, whatever. I doubt they're using that. I just think they're trying to get their stuff and move on. Right? How embarrassing, man. A
so
translator?
Them, and then after they got their cigarettes, they kind of laughed and were like, thanks. And so when I was ordering my Diet Coke, she was like, that would have been so much easier if they spoke English. And I was like, yeah, they're from Australia. They were speaking English. And she goes, they don't speak English there. And I was like, don't ask. What do you think they speak there? And she goes, Australia, ease. The fuck?
Really drunk white girl comes up to me and she's like, oh my god, I love your hat so much. Is it a sombrero? I was shocked, bamboozled, severely discombobulated, but I compose myself and I say to her, no, it's not a sombrero, it's a beret actually. And
quite
she goes,
different.
Oh my god, your accent, is that a British accent? Are you British? Oh my god, I didn't know that there are Mexicans in Britain. Firstly, I'm not Mexican. Secondly, why do so many Americans have this idea that like there aren't any people of color in the UK, so there aren't like
that's
hundreds
crazy
of British POC who are absolutely killing it on the world stage right now. But whatever, it's Americans, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta realize who you're messing with.
There's just too many stories, but literally anytime it has to do with the pronunciation of an Indian word, I'm the one who's being corrected. Like ashwagandha and Himalayas, it's Himalayas, and it's ashwagandha. I feel like every time I tell people this, they're like, I'm like, and I just give up.
Yeah, you got to.
But yeah, literally,
can't reason
anytime
with people.
I have tried to pronounce the actual word, Americans have fought me on it and been like, that's not the way you pronounce it, it's Himalayas.
Hi. Okay, so before I get into this, I just want to preface this by saying I am from Cote d'Ivoire and Tanzania. I am from Africa, meaning that like that opens up the floor to like so many dumb questions and just weird ass fucking scenarios. So,
I can imagine. Oh geez, I feel for this guy, man.
I've experienced a lot of dumb questions. But the one that comes to mind right now. Okay, I'll try not to be too specific because in case someone sees it, but even if someone sees it, I don't give a fuck. But anyways, I was out with a group of people, and one of the people literally looked at me and asked, do you guys have highways wherever you're from?
Oh my god,
this
bro.
babe literally asked me if we have roads wherever I'm from. Like with her whole chest asked me if... The nigga was too stunned to speak. That for free.
Yeah, on one of the biggest continents on Earth. Many countries, by the way, not just one country called Africa, okay? That's a continent, just in case anyone need a reminder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got roads. I'm pretty sure. Might be kind of hard to get around if they didn't. Right. Again, kind of going back to what I said earlier, I doubt many Americans, unfortunately, education, American bubble, yada, yada, yada. Pick your favorite excuse. I'm pretty sure many of my fellow Americans could not name more than 3 countries in Africa, even though there's quite a lot. Maybe, honestly, even naming one might be a stretch. Now that I think about it, I think some Americans might be able to name one, but it's tricky. Like, a lot of Americans are obsessed with, like, Egypt. They go through a phase, right? Everyone goes through a phase where, like, oh, Egypt's so interesting, right? All the history. Or it's in a lot of our movies and stuff. But a lot of Americans I've talked to don't even realize that Egypt is in Africa. So, like, I don't even know if that counts, right? We're going to move on. We didn't see all this, so if you want to see all this video, it'll be linked down below. You can watch the whole thing. We're going to move to some of my previous episodes and see, just to the comment section, to see what you guys have experienced in this, this unfortunate category of interactions with dumb Americans. Let's see what we got here. All right, so over to one of my episodes from last year. Let's start with this one. From Dutch Roll. Many years ago, my Tasmanian-born wife was visiting Los Angeles with her friend in the Warner Bros. Store, and a staff member overheard them talking about how Taz, the Tasmanian Devil character, was the wrong color, being light brown, when a real devil is very dark brown or black. The staff member helpfully explained to my wife that a Tasmanian Devil is a fictional character invented by Warner Bros., and Tasmania is not a real place. Oh, God. She was still skeptical when my wife produced her Tasmanian driver's license. That is awesome. That is so believable. Gotta love the ignorance of someone at a Warner Bros. Store. They invented it. All you who live in Tasmania or have visited Tasmania, you're full of shit. It doesn't exist. It was invented in Los Angeles for Warner Bros. Cartoons. You got it all wrong. You're living a lie, okay? Should have spun around like a tornado for a while. Told them, see, it's real. I'm Czech. A few times I was asked by dumb Yanks if we celebrate 4th of July. I replied, yes, on the 28th of October. The sight on their faces was priceless. Yes, because the whole world gathers round on 4th of July, and they all set off fireworks and sing God Bless America. That's right. I always have to explain to Americans I am from Austria and not from Australia. No kangaroos. One girl from California even told me that I don't look Asian enough for being an Austrian. So wrong on so many levels. Yo, what is this girl talking about? It's always the Californians. Let me explain that part. So you have the American bubble, then you have the Californian bubble, right? So, like, they're in, like, just an armored bubble, right? Like, nothing exists outside of California. That's a thing here in the U.S. They're oblivious to the rest of us, the rest of the U.S. Of course they're going to be oblivious to the rest of the world. I don't know why she thinks that you're supposed to be Asian if you're Austrian. I don't know where she got that from. Second of all, how ironic, because an Austrian was literally the governor of her state. Last time I checked, he didn't look Asian, but what do I know? What do I know, right? And of course, can't expect many Americans to realize the massive difference between Austria and Australia. But I can promise you, I'm pretty sure you won't see many kangaroos dancing on the street in Austria because, well, go figure, it is quite different from Australia. I work as a train conductor in Poland, and I've had a few interesting comments from American tourists here, starting with I didn't know you had trains in here. I didn't know that you could speak American here. God. I thought I'd have to speak Russian when I came here. Oh my goodness. What? Ending with one when I asked to be nice how they are enjoying the country so far, and their answer was, it's nice, but we are surprised that we could use our credit cards here. To be honest, I don't remember the last time I had to use cash here. Even the street vendors allow you to pay by card. Was surprised that no one asked me why they couldn't see any knights yet. Oh, man. I'm just trying to picture being this guy, right? Or any of the people in this scenario where they have the shocking and unfortunate exchange with an American in their own country, and they like, what's the surprise and like the thought running through your head when you run into someone like this? It must be such an interesting experience, to put it nicely. It would take a lot of restraint to not laugh your ass off, like right in front of them, or to maybe tell them off a little bit. I mean, what do you want me to say here? Yes, they have trains in Poland. They get around. They have transportation. Did you know that? They also have their own language. Did you know that? Well, now you know, all right? Any Americans, you shouldn't have to hear that from me. American tourists in Dubrovnik, one of Game of Thrones' most popular filming sites. I've seen that place. It's gorgeous. We saw it on a video recently. I often ask about the city walls, as you would expect. I mean, they're gorgeous. Where do you keep these walls when tourist season is over? What? We are talking 2 kilometers, 6,360 feet long, mostly 5 meters, 13 to 20 feet thick, 25 meters, 83 feet high, circa 500 years old, granite walls with 16 defensive towers, and they think these are built for their viewing pleasure. Yeah, they just build them, they throw them up real quick, and then, when it's winter time, they take them down. And they put them away in a big warehouse somewhere. Like, what are people thinking when they speak? I just don't get it. Like, I'm trying to think of how beautiful those were on video. And if you're there in person, right? How on earth do you look at that and think that they just threw that up as a tourist attraction? Yo, I don't get it. These will never get old. I think these are just so funny and eye-opening for sure. Honestly, the videos we see are some of them are pretty good, especially like the Luxembourg guy. That was really good. But honestly, the stories from you guys that I get in the comments are golden. They really are. And that's why I like to highlight them on these. So I'll definitely do some more of these. These are just so funny. And I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you got through that. We made it through. It can be tough sometimes, the amount of stupidity you have to take on at once. Oof, it could be taxing. I appreciate you watching. I hope your weekend is awesome. That being said, my name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, catch you later.